The National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA. Chapter 1, Introduction to the National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA.
Environmental protection laws.
NEPA, enacted in 1970, stands as a paramount legal framework to ensure conservative approaches towards the nation's ecosystems. Its purpose is to make sure that federal agencies consider the environmental implications of their actions before deciding. Under this act, any proposed project involving federal funds, permits, or other federal action must undergo an environmental assessment, EA, or a more comprehensive environmental impact statement, EIS. With these tools, the potential environmental effects, such as impacts on air or water quality, wildlife, or historical sites, are scrutinized. Moreover, NEPA encompasses requirements for public involvement in decision processes. It helps ensure transparency, giving citizens a voice in actions that might affect the environment in their communities. This pioneering act introduced the principle of anticipation, prevention, and mitigation of environmental damage. It promotes economic advancements consistent with preserving essential natural resources, thus ensuring a sustainable future.
NEPA and state laws.
The National Environmental Policy Act, or commonly known as NEPA, operates at the federal level to ensure environmental considerations are incorporated into government decisions. On the other hand, many states have their own established policies or laws pertaining to environmental protection. State environmental policies can vary widely in terms of their structure, approach, and degree of enforcement. They may be narrower or broader in focus compared to NEPA, depending on the state's unique environment and priorities. Some states have local laws that mirror NEPA, requiring environmental impact statements for proposed projects. Dissimilar to NEPA, state laws often provide for state-led procedural and substantive review of agency actions, opposed to being solely reviewed by the federal government. This instills more power into state hands to enforce and regulate necessary environmental procedures. However, state environmental laws cannot overrule federal mandates. They must work within the parameters set by NEPA. It's important to note that where state laws are more restrictive, project developers may need to meet both federal and state requirements. Understanding the interplay of NEPA and state laws is critical to mitigating environmental impacts while ensuring regulatory compliance.
Chapter 2, The Framework and Implementation of NEPA.
Sustainable design and green building.
Under the scope of the National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA, the principles of sustainable design and green building come into firm consideration. The Act propels the need for ensuring that development projects align with environmentally friendly practices. This encompasses the incorporation of sustainable designs in buildings to conserve energy and minimize environmental impact. Such designs offer ways to reduce consumption of non-renewable resources, minimize waste, and create healthy, productive environments. They include aspects like proper site selection, the use of energy-efficient materials, waste reduction measures, and maximizing natural light, among other methodologies. In line with NEPA, green building practices have gained significant attention. These involve creating structures and using processes that are environmentally responsible and resource efficient throughout a building's life cycle. The focus ranges from siting to design, construction, operation, maintenance, renovation, and eventually deconstruction. Both sustainable design and green building under NEPA aim to achieve the goals of significant energy savings, reduced CO2 emissions, improved environmental and human health conditions, and more efficient resource use. It's an integrated, holistic approach, highlighting the intersection between built and natural environments and the potential for profound societal implications and benefits.
Process and procedures involved in NEPA implementation.
Implementing the National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA, involves a series of systematic procedures. Initially, it requires identification and evaluation of potential environmental impacts of a proposed federal action. This can involve a broad range of possible actions, such as the issuing of federal permits or the construction of infrastructural developments. The agency proposing the action takes a central role in the process, preparing either an environmental assessment, EA, or a more comprehensive environmental impact statement, EIS. An EA is typically created if it's unclear whether an action will have a significant impact. If it does, an EIS is required. Public involvement is a key part of the NEPA process. This is often facilitated through comment periods, public hearings, and notices. Feedback from the public is essential for assessing environmental consequences and considering alternatives. Every decision taken must consider the implications on cultural and natural resources. If impacts are significant, alternatives and mitigation measures must be identified. Finally, a record of decision, ROD, confirming the chosen action is issued by the agency. This succinctly describes the decision, identifies all alternatives considered, and stipulates whether all practical means to avoid or minimize environmental harm have been adopted. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content like this. Hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload new videos so you never miss out. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more exciting videos.
The voices in this recording were created with the assistance of OpenAI.